Should I eat after dark? That is the question that I always get. And, well, it's another debatable, very debatable and very questionable practice, eating after dark. I guess this kind of varies from climate to climate, or part of the world, whichever part of the world you live in. I mean, doesn't it get dark at different parts of the world at different times? I mean, what if you lived in the Arctic and it was dark all the time, or you got very little sunlight? What about time of the year? I mean, what if it's the summertime versus the wintertime? I mean, it gets dark at like 4 o'clock and maybe 5 o'clock in BC right now, in Canada, but what if it's the middle of the summer, does it get dark till 10? So I mean, what the hell does it mean, eating after dark? It's just kind of I guess it's a guide that says maybe you should eat less later on in the day and keep most of your meals in the waking hours. However, here's the funny thing about it. Just eating after dark or eating in the later hours, maybe for some people they choose not to, but I mean, you're not that active, so you really don't need as much fuel for most people. Some people are active all night, especially people who work night shifts or jobs later on, or they do a lot of their weight training and cardio and stuff in the evening. So in those cases, I'd say, yeah, you should probably keep eating all night, especially if you're really active in the evenings. But here's the thing, if you're just a 9 to 5 kind of person, so you work out in the morning, you tail down at like 10 o'clock, for that general guy, that's the one that has that 9 to 5 job and isn't doing anything in the evening, or that girl who really, she's not that active at night. So, and possibly if you're falling asleep at a earlier hour, something like 9 or 10 o'clock, for sure, I mean, you want to keep it down. But here's the thing, if you eat a lot of carbohydrates and very high calorie food, you're gonna have terrible sleep. Plus, you're gonna slow your metabolism down because your body has to process all these like carbohydrates and fats and things. Having trouble with this later on in the night. But here's the thing: is I don't believe you should minimize protein, especially if you're doing a lot of weight training or you're busy in the gym. And keep the protein up, for God's sake. Like, I would say have a couple servings if you eat dinner like a typical person at 5 o'clock and you're not in bed till 10, and it's a fairly small dinner like you should if you're trying to keep your body weight down or body fat down, then I'd say, yeah, have another couple servings of protein, at least one, if not two, depending on, you know, what kind of a schedule you're on. If you're on a 7 meal a day thing, yeah, you might want to get an extra 1 or 2 at night for sure. And I'd say keep the carbs down if you're sort of keeping your body fat down and you're sort of trying to minimize body fat. But on the flip side, if you're trying to continually gain muscle, you might want to keep eating carbs in those meals too. Sometimes I find, just personally, that eating a little extra carbs at night can sometimes make the difference between what my next day's workout will be in the morning. Sometimes it produces a better result in that I just have a lot more energy, a lot more, I guess, stored energy from the carbohydrates I took in the night before. So I don't know if you want to call that backloading, or I don't know what the name of that of what it's called when you eat carbs the day before, trying to load up. I guess carb loading or something. But you could try that out if you're on a gain diet or something. But also, if you take in too much, I mean, you're gonna have a difficult time sleeping while you're with all that food in your stomach. So you got to sort of figure that out for yourself. I can't give you a definitive guide on what to do. That's something you just need to figure out on your own, and it's almost like a trial and error thing. But as always, I recommend high quality foods over and over and over. Just, there's no point in putting junk down. But so wherever you are in your system, that will dictate what you're doing after dark. But don't eat after dark is, for most people who are really trying to keep their bodies healthy, it's kind of this outdated concept, or I don't even know if it was ever that great or that popular. All right, just wanted to let you guys know what I thought about that. Okay, thanks again. Here at the gym, so we'll catch you next vid. All right, take care. Peace.